up to Craig's Hut today, and this is Mount Buller, roughly halfway up from Mansfield to Craig's Hut. Steep climb up, a little bit nerve-wracking, but we were discussing how bad it would be trying to get up if it was snowing and the visibility was poor. These are really tight hairpin corners. We wouldn't want to be taking them on in the dead of winter with snow and zero visibility. We came across these interesting ski ornaments. Sculptures. Mount Buller. 9 degrees up here and the wind's starting to pick up. Methinks it's going to be cold up on the Craig's Hut, but we've been trying to get there. We'll keep pushing on. It's a bucket list thing for us to do. Not going to be perturbed. Mount Buller. This place is packed during winter. Absolutely packed. But starting a winter, I think they're just trying to open things up, get things ready for the ski season, which isn't really too far away, a couple of weeks away, ski season.
Reminds me of our honeymoon.
Yeah.
When we went to Thredbo thinking, Jesus!
What the hell? Fuck. I thought it was a car coming. Wow. Thought that was a car coming, so I ran across the road. Sorry. Wow. Oopsie days.
In October, we didn't think it'd be snowing at Thredbo, and we went there on our honeymoon and we absolutely froze. Summer clothes.
Alright, so after 14 months of planning, wrong map reading,
We made it!
we're up at Craig's Hut. This is a bucket list tick off for us.
Yeah.
We've tried so many times. This is our third attempt and we got here, so third time lucky. Craig's Hut. Check it. Absolutely specky. Looks like the weather's closing in. That rain that's forecast probably going to hit. The drive-in wasn't too bad. Mostly four-wheel drive high. The last section was four-wheel drive low. A couple of woo boys were a bit sketchy, but sensible. Take your time. The last 2 or 3 kilometres was a climb up from Circuit Road. That was done in full drive low, but very carefully. A couple of large woo boys. But here we are, the famed hut. Overcast. I don't know if I can get better light for you, but the clouds are starting to come over.
Oh, she's icy.
Antarctic wind blowing through. T-shirt and jumper only, and a beanie, but it's icy. Man from Snowy River fame. And here it is, we're actually here. Can't believe it. sorry. Okay, so I've made some adjustments to the ISO and stuff, but poor light, I'm sorry. Well, can't really do much about that at the moment. But yeah, Man from Snowy River fame. This is the hut they used as a movie set. We're going to put our name in the book.
Yeah, we are.
We're all keen to put our names down. She's got the letter handwriting.
They're pretty tight, aren't they?
This is the view from the balcony of Craig's Hut across the Snowies, Victorian High Country. Absolutely beautiful, even though it's overcast, windy and cold. It's still a very breathtaking landscape to look at. Take you for a walk around it. That's the outside, that's the balcony I was just standing on. We've got a walking trail through, the car park's just over there. And this takes you around the side of the building. This was originally built for the Man from Snowy River, the Man from Snowy River movie. This is the back of it. The back's even got good views over Victorian High Country. And that's it, that's the hut. There's a walking in, you can do a one-way 1.7k walk. That's the one we came up Blow Range in from Circuit Road. A couple of wee boys in it.
Photo time! Oh, so we can see the hut.
Now you're here, what do you think?
Love it. It's so cool. Bucket lister.
Next spot. Next bucket list thing. Pineapple Flat.
What's at Pineapple Flat?
I'll show you.
There's more huts up here. On the circuit road?
Yeah, we can do the Circuit Road.
Well, we're on it.
We're on it. Alright, we'll take you for a bit more of a drive around the Vic High Country. That's what it looks like from a distance. This light quality is not real good for filming today, but I'm going to still persevere with it. I could probably beef it up in the editing, I suppose. But yeah, Craig's Hut from a distance, and the view is just absolutely spectacular. Awesome. Top of the Victorian High Country. I was going to say this might be the biggest mountain here, but the one across there is higher than this one. Craig's Hut. Pineapple Flats river crossing. The grinding was wet brakes trying to grip. Steady and slow and four-wheel drive low, we got through it. Pineapple Flats is just down from Craig's Hut where we were early this morning. We'll head back now to Mansfield. Tyres back onto road pressures when the bitumen hits, and yeah, Craig's Hut, Pineapple Flat.
Top day. Loved Craig's Hut. Beautiful. Oh, and that's pretty down through there. I don't know if you can see it. It's where we just stopped and had lunch.
Pineapple Flat.
Pineapple Flat. It's a campground, picnic area. Don't know what river it's on. It's in Mansfield State Forest.
Down from Craig's Hut. Down from Craig's Hut.
It's down from Craig's Hut. So you turn off it from the circuit track. Easy enough to find, it's signposted. Craig's Hut was easy to find, it was signposted.
Didn't take Monument Track on, it's too steep and too rocky for us. We don't want to do that sort of damage to our vehicle. Other cars were going up Monument Track, but yeah, we're not going to be stupid and break things.
Well, as well, we're kind of amateurs. We've slowly got to get better at it instead of throwing ourselves into something too hard and then having something drastic happen. It's easy for things to happen really quick, really bad when you're four-wheel driving, so until we get a bit more experience, we're just taking ourselves slow.
Things can go pear-shaped very quickly out in the bush.
We're not sure whether we're getting a winch put on or not. Some people say yes, others say no. We're going to get factory mounted rated hitch tow points put on, which we haven't.
Rated recovery points.
That's them, which we haven't got on yet, but we'll be looking at getting them on before we go up the Cape. Just in case. We're not doing the hard stuff up there either, because it's still early in our trip. We don't want to damage the car, like David said, too early or at all if we can help it.
Slowly getting more confident with the four-wheel drive side of things.
Yeah, we're gradually getting more confident, like David just said, because David did the 4x4 course through Getabout.
Shout out to Wayne for that.
Yeah, shout out to Wayne from Getabout. He was our instructor. Gave us with the basics knowledge of what to do and how to handle some tricky situations and picking your right lines and stuff like that. So now it's just a matter of us getting...
Knowing limitations as well, what your vehicle can and can't do.
Yeah. Confidence. Experience. So yeah, taking ourselves into it pretty easy. And we're too old for winching out really, unless it's an absolute emergency. It's just not our fun thing to do when we go out for a day out exploring. It just sounds like a whole lot of hard work to us. So we want to try and avoid that sort of stuff if we can.
Scrub King's antenna mount's doing great guns in the airplane. Jesus, I didn't see that.
We've got our little Scrub King air freshener going.
Smells great.
Yet again, friends at Scrub King
Sort you out for anything.
kindly donated that to us as well, with heaps of our other gear that we've got. Top blokes, they do all fabrication, so look them up. Oh yeah, David's got his Scrub King beanie up in the high country. He kept his head nice and warm.
Yeah, it did too.
came in very handy. Yeah, family little
run
business. They work with Shackled Outdoor Clothing and apparel as well.
It's a side gig.
They work together to get things happening for people. So yeah, Scrub King did our bonnet mount for our side aerial. What else? They do all your fabrication for building your trays and whatnot.
Body protection,
They do underbody protection,
fire extinguisher brackets.
fire extinguisher brackets, and install fire extinguishers. Yeah, just all your four-wheel drivey type stuff.
Long range fuel tanks are going to come in, they reckon. They're going to start making them sometime 2024. They're just trying to design up a long range fuel tank and start making them early next 24, 25, I think he was suggesting.
So you can find them, both of them that I just mentioned, Scrub King and Shackled Outdoor Apparel, but they're both on Facebook. So have a look at their sites. Good people, easy to deal with, friendly, happy services. Got a fair bit of knowledge and experience in four-wheel driving as well, so they know what they're talking about.
Got our Yeti cups going, keeping our brews nice and hot. Yeti thermos and Yeti cups, they're doing their best and they're keeping everything piping hot down here in the Alpine Victorian high country. It's 12 or odd degrees outside, but we've still got piping hot cuppers, so Yeti, again, a good quality bit of camping gear to take with you. Thermoses and cups, and they do all sorts of other things. They do fridges as well, coolers and stuff. They might be American brand, but good quality stuff. This is used by farmers as well. We passed a herd of cattle coming in.
Might still be there on the way out.
Black cows they were. So,
And none of them moved. They just
Like
stayed on the road,
they were like
and we had
statues,
to
yeah.
drive, just manoeuvre past them. So yeah, they're pretty stubborn. Reception up here where we've been today. It hasn't been great, it's cut in and out a couple of times, but I wouldn't put any guarantees on it. That's through Telstra, who we use. But
UHF, you have to have a 5 watt just to get your signal out there. We've got it running scan, so it's running through all the 80 channels, and we're picking people up on 19, 21, all different channels coming through here.
which is handy.
We're able to actually communicate with vehicles coming up and down Craig's Hut Road. So we're just able to talk to each other quite easily.
Which made it really good because it's only a really narrow road, one vehicle width really. It's got a couple of vantage points where you can kind of just pull off enough to let someone pass. So it was pretty handy to know when people were coming up and coming down and whatnot, just so, you know, the traffic could give way to each other safely. So yeah, no one was pushed over the side of the mountain today, which was good. Everyone we saw was having a good time up there, all enjoying the day.
then you see a random sign that trucks use UHF 21, so I'm guessing that maybe during the winter season when it's snowing, you might get snow clearers coming through, and they'll be on UHF 21, and so you've got to communicate with them, so that's also good. Forestry cars.
Especially travelling on your own, it's nice to have that security that, you know, if something happens and you can't get yourself out of a situation, that you can jump on the CB and call for help.
If someone's within range, yeah.
If, you know, someone's in range, but there's lots of people around up here moving around all the time, so it's
Can't rely on the old dog and bone, the old phone. You've got to have a backup sort of communication.
I also suggest when you're coming into places like this that you let the forestry or the national parks know your entry time and your departure time, and you register it with them. So
In case something goes pear-shaped.
if you don't make it out, you know, they know to come looking for you then. Especially for the ones that do the extreme kind of stuff, you know, they're more at risk than what the Nancy stuff is that we do at this stage. But after all, we are grandparents, so we can take the Nana route, can't we? The Nana and Pa, or Grandma and Pa route.
Yep.
There's one of the cows. It's off the road now. Oh, I couldn't see, you went too quick. Don't know where the rest of them are. Here they are. Here's another one coming up. Shit! They've moved! So they're just roaming around in the bush doing their own thing. I don't know whether they've...
You got tags on their ears.
Well, they're owned, but have they broken away from the actual herd, or when they were mustering them up, or I don't know. He's like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. They're not real spooked by the car. Another little fella coming up. No, couple more. So when we came through before, yeah, they were just laying on the middle of the road, so it's good they're up and off the road now anyway.
It's quite easy to get around through here. There's fairly good signposting going on.
All the tracks
Tracks are all
named,
clearly
aren't they?
marked. Tracks are clearly marked, and there've been trees down that people have cleared. So it's
At the local information centre at Mansfield, you can buy all your maps for up here as well, which is a good idea if you're going to be travelling around a lot more than what we are. Lady at the information centre said it's not advisable to use your GPS on your phone or on your HEMA anyway, because
tried that this morning at Mount Buller and ended up going to a track that's only a forestry vehicles track, so no authorised vehicles past this point, so we had to U-turn and come back and go out to via Mount Sterling. So the HEMA, it takes you on the most shortest route, but it's usually as the crow flies, and it doesn't take in the information as in road closures, road conditions like a track, bitumen, it just takes you the shortest way, and it won't take into consideration the roads or tracks or any closures on the way. So it's all right for highway driving and areas like that, but out this way you need something a bit more reliable to get you in and out. Google Maps won't work because there's no phone reception.
There's been a few landslides up here as well. So we're climbing back up the mountain. To get up to Mount Buller, it was all tar.
Tar from Mansfield, yeah.
Yeah, tarred all the way from Mansfield up to Mount Buller's all tarred. Pretty narrow and windy, but take time. When you're out for the day exploring and looking around anyway, you're not out to break any speed records, so it's nice to sit just on a comfortable...
Forecast large rain coming, but I'm keeping my eye on it. It's starting to cloud over, but there's no actual rain as yet. So we are kind of trying to push back out before we do get hit by the rain.
Well, the bloke at the caravan park was saying that we might get a few flurries.
Snow flurries, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the track would get pretty slippery once it was really wet and icy. Hey.
I wouldn't be taking this on after it's had rain. It'd be too unpredictable, I think.
So yeah, it's a big drop down there into the great unknown. It goes down pretty much as low as what it goes up high, I think. It's a pretty drive though, through here. We still haven't seen any wild brumbies.
No.
So the cows are the only animals we've seen up here, apart from two lots of horse riding companies that must have been out on a trail ride, taking people through the bush in a group setting. But otherwise, we haven't seen anything. Kookaburra. That's about it.
Magpie at Craig's Hut.
Oh yeah, Magpie was sitting on the roof of Craig's Hut. So, don't know where all the animals are. Oh, you saw that lizard on the road.
Water monitor.
Been a while since we've used any of this gear. David's just going to inflate our tyres. compressor in the back here. What's your compressor? Compressor? King's Twin. King's Twin compressor. Sounds like the air's still coming out. What do we go back up to?
37.
So he's just put them back up to 37. He only went down to 35 in the back. Just because of the weight we've got in the back here. Got all our gear. And the doors, fridge, freezer, spare parts, all that sort of stuff's in the back of the canopy there. So he went down to 35 in the back and 30 in the front. Took a fair bit of the bumpiness out of it. Just pumping them back up. 38 in the back is where he runs them. And when he got the air compressor for the back, we also got the extra hose,
Long extension hose.
extension hose, so when we're towing the van we can just connect it up and it'll make it round the van as well to do its tyres if we've got to ever lower them and pump them back up. The van's just a road van though, so it's kind of just a precautionary thing that we've got it going on. So this is just a little park straight out of the national park and off the dirt road that we've pulled into. Only takes a couple of minutes for David to zip round and get all these back up. So as I said, he's got 30, he lowered the front down to 30. So what are you pumping them back up to?
These will go to 36.
Front will go to 36. So generally he's running the front at 36 and the back at 38.
Just because of the load.
Hey?
Just because of the load in the back?
It's because, yeah. So he's got the extra bit, as I said, because of the load that we've got in the back. It's just got a, it's just got a 2-inch suspension lift in it. Nothing too extravagant or extreme. Nice little park. This is the other side of where we've stopped. Got a kids play area there, toilets for ladies and men, gas barbies over there, bins. It's right on the creek. So in summer it'd be a nice little place to come down and have a picnic or a barbecue. Family and friends, and enjoy the fresh water, cool down. And that's it.
See the scuff marks on the tyre wall from stones?
Here. Yeah. See the blue?
Means the wheels need foot.
So we learned on the course that this blue hue that you get coming out of your tyres is a good thing, because it shows that your tyres are actually doing what they're meant to do and flexing with the rocks and ruts and corrugations and whatnot. This one hasn't got it on it as much. This one's only got a little bit, not just on the edge there. When we first went forward driving and David did the course, our wheels, after spending the day doing rock climbing and whatnot, the entire wheel was blue. It was a pretty foreign looking wheel. So these compressors just in here. That doesn't come off, does it? So it just turns it on and off here. Connects there. And this is his extension hose for the van. What do you reckon about that, darling?
Very good.
Good day out?
Yep.
Craig's Hut.
Done.
Tick it off. We've done it. And the good old mighty Maxi did a superb job, didn't he?
Didn't miss a beat.
David's Instagram page, obviously his YouTube that you guys are watching, my TikTok
Mighty Scrub Kings.
and my Facebook. Pretty happy. Okay, I'm just going to head back to the park and see what we can find for tomorrow.